Hey, this is Coach Ashley, aka the Ambassador. We are live and unscript, and today I have a good friend of mine from Japan. I'm gonna call go short Coach T, right? And we're gonna just really talk about not only our past but just the future, and just his vision on honestly first step. So he's here in Japan and he's visiting with a group, and this is something we do our annual friendship game. And so what I wanted to do, he will be in Kitsap tomorrow in Bremerton, him and the players, and we're going to be having games out here tomorrow. We was in Tacoma today, and so what I want to do, I want to give him a chance to let everybody know who he is and the vision and what's going on. So I'm going to open it up real quick and let Coach T introduce who he is, and then from there we're going to get into conversation.
まあ、紹介とビジョンとこの先のことですね。
はい、コーチ T の辰巳西田です。多分2012年ぐらいに、キッズサップのチームと出会ってからのお付き合いになると思います。で、アシュレイコーチが目指す世界っていうのが、なんとなく話をしてみて僕らと近いものがあるんではないかなと思って、日本からプロチームを連れてきたり、子供のチームを連れてきたときに、フレンドシップマッチを組んでとお願いするんですが、それも快く引き受けてくれて、まあ、それが多分、日本の子供たち、もしくはプロ選手にはすごく、いろんな効果が生まれてるんじゃないかなと思って、まあ、今後、そういうお互いの価値観をもっともっとバスケットボールを楽しくできるような環境をまずは日米でもっと構築できたらなというふうに思っています。
Okay, I'm Tatsumi, aka Coach T. I met the kids of and Coach Ashley in 2012, and then when I met him, I thought like some like close things, like see the same vision as a Coach Ashley, and by doing this, so like I wanna build up the good environment and the inspiration to Japanese players through basketball, having a relationship between United States and Japan.
Yes, no, that's one thing. So we go back 2012. So that is, like I said, over a decade. We have been friends and working together, and it's been an honor to be able to not only host but work with him. I've had young players to adult players that have played on the men's team to the youth team, and so what I would like to get into now is his vision, right, for first step. So what is his vision with his program that he has now?
この今さっき、2020年に出会って、それから今の中で、西田さん、このファーストステップキャンプにおけるビジョンと、これから得られるものを教えてほしい。
まず、ファーストステップの意味は、まあ、日本語で初めの一歩ということで、初めの一歩っていうのは赤ちゃんがこう、ハイハイから、まあ、立って、新しい世界を知るっていう新しいチャレンジっていうことなんですが、それはアメリカでも一緒かなで、ちょっとアシュレイに聞いてもらっていいですか？
I want to ask you that, like, first step means in Japanese is hajime no ippo. It's like a baby standing up and like start walking, like challenging stuff, like trying to do some new stuff. Is it the same in the United States? That's what I want to ask.
Yes. So first step, yes. I get the vision. I understand, but yes, being as a baby, taking the first step is like as we call baby steps, and it's something that's new. Yes, so I will have to agree. It is the same.
一緒ですね。
その一緒で、で、バスケットボールはすごくコンペティティブというか競争が激しいから、日本でもあまり競争が激しくて、苦しんでるというか、バスケットボール競技を楽しめない子たちが増えてるのも現状であって、でもファーストステップはやっぱ心からバスケットボールをプレイすることを楽しんでほしいと。そういう環境を、ワールドワイドにっていうか、競技、コンペティティブな世界に入って、勝つか負けるかっていうことをする前に、やっぱりバスケットボール競技っていうのはすごく楽しいもんだということを知ってもらうような機会を一緒に作れたらなと思ってます。
As everyone know, the basketball is competitive and trying to win against other people. But like as a first step, I want people to have like mind that basketball is fun. Like want people to enjoy the stuff first before getting competitive, and then I want players to have fun from the heart and be passionate about it, and that's what they want. I want to give them an opportunity for that.
Okay, no, this is good. I definitely understand and I love the vision. One of the things that I enjoy about our relationship is, like we say, it brings friendship, right? World peace in a sense of our kids are able to, I guess we would say, understand and build relationships in cross cultures, right? And so that's one of the things like having fun. I can speak for the kids, at least my program and the kids that I've been working with, Swish and others that have been involved, they look forward to being able to play against Japan and have that relationship. So I feel that what we're doing together with this, like our exhibition game, is is a great first step, as we would say, in creating that fun environment and not just being competitive as so much and trying to beat each other, but really getting the chance to understand one another. So from there, right? So okay, so first step, um, and one of the things that I noticed too is the coaches. This time around, you have a lot of coaches that have like professional experience and things like that. So, how did that all come about? How did everybody, as far as the coaches, come into this vision and now are a part of it? How did that happen?
今回今この状態、その今の世界の中で日本人と戦って、その日本人とアメリカで戦うことによって、そのフレンドシップを見たいっていうのは増えてきました。で、今回のファーストステップにおいて、今までプロだった選手たちが今回参加するようになって、それはどのように起こったのか。
多分、アシュラも気づいてもらってるとは思うんですけど、今回、来てるコーチは、アシュラのチームでもお世話になったことがあるコーチだし、すべてのコーチがシアトルのバスケットシーンの中でトレーニングをしたりとか、試合をした経験がある人たちで、プロフェッショナルになった後、みんながコーチをしてるんですが、やはり自分自身が、オープンザマインドというか、それまでのバスケットの価値観と違うものを、このシアトルに来て、アシュレイたちと一緒にバスケットをすることによって気づいたと。バスケットボールの楽しさを気づいたと。やっぱりそういう場所に、今自分たちが指導している子どもたちを連れて行きたいという次へのステップが始まったと。これもセカンドステップのようなものだけど、彼らにとってはファーストステップなんじゃないかなと。そういうものを、一緒に これから、まあ、分かって作っていければなというふうに思っています。
As you know, all of the players who become a coach and came here for the first step camp, is all of them play for the Kissa teams,
Yes.
and now they turn to the coach and then teach coaching the kids. But and when they came here and then went back, they experienced both United States and Japanese basketballs, and then they realized that what's good in United States basketball, and then how can they have fun from the hurts, like what the first step camp is. And now they want to teach. They found the what's worth to do it, and now they become a coach and supporter and give the kids opportunity to see the next step, but the first step for them.
Wow. No, that is actually amazing. That is true. And that's what I was sharing with my wife. I was like, hey, this player played for me, this player played for me, and I thought that was pretty cool, right? But I didn't even think about the fact that they have came over and experienced and played the game in America, and now they're able to go back home and teach the next generation from a coach's standpoint. And so that's amazing, just to even be for me to be a part of it, and that's what I love about our relationship, and it helps me to also support what you all have going on because I want to be able to have help coaches, help players, invite them over and give them that experience, and vice versa, because that's one of the cool things about us going over to Japan, and our kids as well as adults and players have come over, and we've learned a lot as well coming over and playing in Japan and just working with you all. And so this is actually pretty cool. I'm glad that we're having this conversation because it's really helping me to have a I would say more of an understanding of his vision and how our relationship is so important to uh, the next generation. And so, wow, okay, so that's pretty cool. So, okay, now, okay, let me think because that's like said as live and unscript. Um, what is the? I understand the first step is helping them to have fun and make it a fun environment. there, there's some talent. I watched some games today, and some 12, 13. I'm fan of basketball, and from girls and boys, some of the girls played some of the best defense. I mean, they was locking down boys. I was so impressed with them. I'm like, oh my God, we got to be ready when they come tomorrow to play us. And so kudos to your organization for just not only the fundamentals that y'all are giving, just man, the work ethics, just the discipline, just the love of the game. So I have to take my hat off to you all for that. But what is the next step from after now having fun? How can we continue to build this relationship? Because I'm sure that there's players that want to come, maybe play in America, maybe play college or something like that. So what are some of the next, I guess, stepping stones after creating a fun environment?
今回今日のゲームを通して、すごく基礎ができている選手がいて、女の子たちでも、一番ディフェンスが上手だったり、で、相手のチームは、これは準備しないと負けるぞっていう風になったと。で、そういう選手が増えて、基礎が多い選手が増えているけど、この先、その次のステップ、今ファーストステップ、その次のステップはどういう風なビジョンがあるの中でも留学したい選手がいたりとか、そこはどういう風に考えてますか？
一番、僕が気にしているのは、子供たちは NBA の選手になりたいとか、日本でもプロの選手になりたいとか、夢を持つ。それがモチベーションになって、バスケットも頑張るんですけど、 やっぱりこう、僕らとしては、その子の、まあ、唯一無二というか、その、まあ、ポテンシャルというか、それがまあ、伸ばしていけることが一つと、それともう一つは、エデュケーショナルっていうか、こう、しっかり勉強したいなという場所が、もしアメリカの大学であれば、それは日本だけではなくて選択肢に、バスケットと一緒にアメリカの大学で学ぶというような選択肢も広げてあげたいなと。まあそういった意味で、このアンダー12、3とか、アンダー15とか、高校を日本で選択する前に、まずはアメリカで、バスケットの人たちと一緒に付き合っていくというような環境を作っていきたいなと思ってます。
So as you know, like the kids have a dream, like want to play in NBA or want to play in the B League within Japanese League for a pro. But for this, like what this camp is just find if you find a like they trying to have like trying so hard to be in pros, but for them it just give an opportunity to see the world, like what's the world is, and then by they find like potential and identity, and then what's special about themselves, and then now they want to not only basketball, but when they go to educational stuff, they maybe the United States education, like university and stuff, it's way like have a better for them way. So it's the opportunity for them to see what the United States is, so they can have more options in the future, not only basketball.
Okay, no, I love it. No, it's something that's, I would say we're very similar in the sense that even with my kids, that's one of the things that being able to play and have our international friendship exhibition and games here, and then being able to bring them over to Japan and other countries is wanting to show them, like I said, there's a bigger world, right? And especially my kids out here, we're from a small town, and there's normally you do go to the military, you go shipyard. It's so few options, it's like these are the things. But if you begin to open up and give them opportunities, just like you are doing it, and that's something that I've been blessed to do for the past, oh, what, 13 years, or well, over a decade going overseas. It allows our kids to really have more options and dream bigger, right? Because there's more opportunities. And so I love, man, it's once again, as we sit down and talk, I get to see just when Coach T and I we met almost a decade ago and said it was similar to sit here and see where we're both at now and said we're still on the same track and we're still on the same goal with our programs, and so I'm excited for the future to be able to continue to work with him and take this to the next level. And so I think that's pretty cool. So now, okay, I got to throw another question. Let's see. So I'm thinking, because how long are they here? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Wait. No, what? 1 week and something. Yeah, something like
One.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know
まあ、
they,
about 10
they
days,
go
about 10 days.
10 days. Okay. So 10 days, and I'm always watching. So I know we got the NBA game. And there's certain places you go. You got Chris Hipper, you have Jason, love all of them. Coach Tim, I love all of those guys. And then myself, I'm thankful to be a part of, the schedule when y'all out here. And then I know Marvin, there's certain personnels that y'all visit, and they're high caliber. You know what I mean? And this is not just like, no, they're like really, really top notch trainers and coaches that they get to experience, and just the opportunities. What are some of the, I guess, what are some of the things that the kids really enjoy, I guess, coming here and being able to take away? What are some of the things that they like? Like, yeah.
まあ、今回このキャンプで、まあ、バスケの中でもトップのレベルのコーチたちというか指導者やそのシアトルを見えるようになって、その中で子供たちが楽しんでいること は、まあ、その子供たちが今一番好きなこと、その中でこのキャンプを通して一番好きなことは何ですか？
子供たちは、親に写真を送ったりとか動画を送ったりとかしてると、日に日に表情がすごくこう、たくましくなったり、まあ、心配してたことを超えて、もうすごく子供たちが元気な様子を見て、コメントが返ってきたりとかするんですが、やっぱりこう、好きなバスケットをいろんな人たちから、学べるということが、すごく子供たちにとっては、いいみたいで、やっぱりゲームが好きだから、今日は、まあ、ね、ちょっと他の買い出しとか夕食の準備もあったので、十分には見れなかったけど、なんかやっぱり試合をしてる、もう生き生きとしてる様子が、さらにこうエネルギーが上がったような感じがして、あの後見た写真とかもすごく良かったし、で、まあ、ベンチワークやってくれた、昴生コーチ、それから大志コーチ、幸喜コーチ、米コーチ、まあみんななんかいい経験させてもらって、やっぱりこうバスケットのいろんな人たちに会えてることがいい経験だし、楽しいし、エネルギーがアップしているように思います。
Um, as 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 I can see the in the pictures, like they send the pictures to the like of their parents, but the parents worry about them for the just coming here for like we're even far away from them, but their faces are getting like more energetic and more happier just coming here because they can play basketball and get coached by a lot of like a lot of like top level coaches and they see a lot of perspectives and not only the players but the coaches that who used to play is getting better experiences by through this like experience, yeah, through these things.
Wow. No, no, that's pretty right. And I can understand. I mean, I've only taken one youth group away, which to Japan, and of course, the parents are worried. Even there's adults. I do that quite often, and still family worried, which I understand. You go to a different country, and you're not sure, but I think that's the blessing when it's all said and done to get to see for everybody as a whole to learn, and be able to experience something that honestly it's like life changing, right? I mean, I could say that going over like I said, I've been to Japan one, two, I think about three times, and one of my favorite countries. I always tell people I have a list. I've been to Japan, Lithuania, China, all of these different countries, right? But each time I get to go to another country or even go back, it's life changing, right? And being able to bring especially kids, and let them build international relationship. And that's one of the things I felt that we have done. And the coaches is a prime example that, it felt so good to come in and have the love of all the coaches today. And I'm excited to host them all tomorrow in my little town. And my kids are all excited to get to play with them and to build that relationship. And so, I have to say, Coach T, your vision has blessed so many people, for more than a decade, as long as we've been together, and it's continued to do. So I'm always going to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, because my family and the kids, not only in my community, but Tacoma, all the kids that get to play and meet them, they're smiling, their parents is taking pictures, and they're all excited, just to have that experience. So I think it's something that works both ways, but here as well as, for the kids that are coming to visit. So, okay, let's see. Tomorrow, tomorrow, the adults get to play. So that's going to be cool. So tomorrow, not only the youth, but also the college level, the adults, they get to play. I have players that's here, and they're all excited for the game as well. And that's something that we have done in the past, where, of course, my I would say minor league, my top team that is here, and we get the chance to play each other. So I think that that's going to be fun, and it seemed like they're excited to actually play tomorrow against us. What is some of the differences between America's game and Japan game?
まあ、明日その子供たちだけじゃなくて大人たちもプレイすることになって、まあそれはどっちにとっても楽し、た楽しくなるようなことにはなると思うんですけど、まあ一つというかまあ日本のバスケとアメリカのバスケの違いはどのようなところにあると思いますか？
まあ、アメリカの人たちがアメリカのバスケットをどう評価しているのかは、ちょっと僕らには分かりにくいけど、日本の僕らから見たら、やっぱり心からバスケットプレーすることを楽しんでるように見えて、で、そこに触れたことがあるコーチたちが、日本とアメリカで分かれて戦うというよりも、バスケットを通して、その日に即席なチームになっていくっていうものを子どもたちが見る。またその経験をコーチたちはしてるから、やっぱりそれが楽しいと思ってそこに参加できてる。そういう環境があることで、まあ子どもたちの中にはそのバスケットっていうものが、まあ、いかに、そのアメリカの人たちが楽しんでいることがそのまま自分たちもそれでいいんだっていうふうになっていく。
Wait,
はい。
okay. So I can translate now, huh? Okay. So I'm not sure what the
大丈
United States
夫です
basketball
か？
like. 大丈夫です、大丈夫です。Okay. I'm not sure what's the American people think about United States basketball, but for me, it's like I can see like just like I said, like I can see they having fun of basketball from the heart, like they're passionate about basketball. Like it's not a thing in Japan, like pickup game, like see each other in the first time, but and then trying to have a pickup game, open gym and stuff. By doing this tomorrow with the adults and the kids watch this, they can have an experience that oh it's okay to have fun, not just like be more competitive about it.
Okay. Okay, no, that's good. I mean, like I said, I know once again in America we sit and we talk about the difference. I've been fortunate enough to coach from middle school to high school to the pro, so each level is different. And so one of the things and part of development I know for here in America is we're constantly playing, right? If it's like you say the my podcast is Street Ball to Pro, right? So street ball is another form in which we play, which translate over to the pro game, right? And so we can do, as we say, 21, King of the Court. It's a bunch of different games that we're just constantly playing, and so that's it. Once again, it helps me to understand. The Japanese culture and to help to be able to support on my end, especially when I have the opportunity to work with players and who come and be a part of the program. So just being able to now I understand just having fun, and so it's not everything is like structured, competitive, high level. Okay, so that's no, that's good. That's good. I know one of the things I have to say when we first came to Japan that we were sitting there was like, hey, let's travel, right? Because you have, you get the different steps, and it's like, wait a minute. And I was like, no. And that was something when I first came over that not only myself, but even my players, we had to be like, wait a minute, what I mean, the game is a little different, and so then you come here and how oh, good question. So how do you be able to translate? transition because once again, you have the extra steps or and what we would call travel in Japan is not travel, but then when you come here, then you get that call. Is it a hard transition, from the style in Japan coming to America?
日本でそのトラベリングとアメリカでのトラベリングって違うけど、そこのトランジション移行するのは、その難しいとか、ありますかこのプレイヤーたちが。
日本でもそれはすごく問題になってて、で、曖昧なままそれが進んでたので、比較的、僕らのアカデミーとか、知り合いのコーチたちは、インターナショナルルールというか、日本的なトラベリングの捉え方ではなくて、世界に出たときに、トラベリングにならないような指導をしてたりとかすることもあるので、あまりそこは僕らは心配してないところだし、もしそれがあれば、逆に言うと、そうしなきゃいけないということに気づく機会なので、いい機会じゃないかなと思っています。
It's actually a problem in Japan, like what the travel is and then what the traveling is or not. But for me, but some teams and crab team in Japan is actually trying to be fit into the United States or international rule, so they're not gonna struggle with it, or they don't. So it's not something I see as a problem, just doing the games and stuff. But even if it's a problem, they can realize, oh, it's the wrong in Japan. Like they have to fit into the international rule because it's not something different.
Okay. No, like one thing, like I said, defense. Like I'm a defensive person, and what it looks like, y'all are very key on defense. Like I told you, I watched the young ladies today lock boys down, and I was so impressed that I was like, "Ooh, I'm a fan. I want her. I want her." You know, what I mean, they can come play for me right now. With just the energy, right? That's another thing that we talk about is the energy and the effort. Y'all are on a whole nother level, right? It's like they don't quit, they fight. As we say, you know, we can't teach effort. And that's one thing that I love about the Japanese players is their work ethics, the way they play, their attitude, their character, all of those things that is I would say also off the court because everybody just look at, oh, okay, I can get buckets, but then you have issues once a player comes off the court. I don't see any of those things, right? And so that's one of the things that once again I have to give kudos because that's what I'm blessed to do is travel the world and coach and see so many different players. And that's one thing that it's just fun to watch, no matter what the score is. Y'all don't stop, don't let up. Like one of the best games today, it was Swish against. It was a 13U game, and I think they was up probably. Man, I don't know if it was say 15-20. And the second half they came back and it made it a game where I was like, oh my god, you know what I mean? So the fight was there. So how in that is it? I'm trying to say like that mindset. How do y'all? Because I'm a coach now. Now I need tips, right? I'm trying to better
Yeah.
myself, right? So what do they do to help the kids to really lock in and stay locked in, and they're having fun and they're working and keep a positive, a great attitude from the beginning to the end, no matter what the score is. What's the key, or what do they do to help to prepare not only the physical but the mental toughness?
まあ、今回日本人の女の子たちとかが、アンダー13の男の子たちをディフェンスで止めてたり、で、今回、20点、1クォーターが終わって20点差とかで、その後帰ってきたりっていう、 ずっと集中してエネルギーを保ったままディフェンスをしたり、その、努力をするっていうんですかね、ずっと挑戦する。そういうのはどういうふうに、なほどのようになんていうんですかね、こう、得たかみたいな、その得る
身につけ
ように
るっていうか、
身につけるみたいな。
多分そこが日米の交流をしていくところですごくキーになるところだと思うんですよね。日本はそれが普通で、まあ、僕らがそれを教えることができるスペシャルなコーチっていうわけではなくて、日本という国が努力をするっていうことを前提にしてる。それをしてないとダメだって思われる国だから、もうああやって頑張る子たちはたくさんいると。でも、それによって、自分を見失っていくというか、心から楽しいという、スポーツを心から楽しいと思うことも、そっちをなかなか取れないと。そのバランスっていうものは、こういう日米の交流から生まれてくるんではないかなっていうふうに思ってます。
Um, wait, so I think this is a key doing this, like in like having a relationship between the United States and Japan with the basketball stuff. Like in Japan, it's normal to like put the effort and then trying to lock in and then do everything, even if it's not in basketball. It's the normal things. If you don't do it, it's like you're not you're not normal. You just like that's what the country is. But on the
Okay.
other hand, like that makes players not having fun the basketball.
Okay.
Like it's not they're not enjoying it anymore because they have to put an effort and not just focusing on rocking and doing stuff. So that's the thing they can realize again that basketball is fun and like, you can enjoy it through having relationship between having the camp and do such things.
Understood. No, I once again, it's great, right, to understand, like say, the culture and being able to see how we bridge and come together and why it's fun, and that's what I can definitely understand the discipline, the structure, just really, you know, mindset. But then being able to come here, it's like second nature, right? It doesn't matter what's going on. They're like, hey, we locked in, we're having fun. I mean, that's the thing too. Like I said, watching the coaches and everybody cheering from the sideline, not they don't care what the score is, right? And that is something that I feel like is something that helps us as well in America because we're so focused on the score. Right. And so the mental toughness to be able to fight through and to just have fun, because that's the thing too that I try to preach to my kids is have fun. When you stop having fun, the game is it's not, it's not fun. You sort of want to just hang it up. So being able to not get so caught up in the score because you're not going to win every game, right? But to leave, know that you left it all on the court. And that's something that you all do, like I say, just naturally. And that's why it's so much fun. And that's what most coaches are saying. Just leave it on the court, no matter what the score is. And if you leave it all on the court, then that's all we can ask. And so that's something that we're learning. So just like, you know, the relationship is great on both sides because I feel like listening, especially this interview, I'm excited about it. I hope a lot of people get a chance to really listen and the kids because it's one of those things where it's saying have fun with the game and not just the game, it's just life, right? At the end of the day, is things are not going to always work out the way that you're hoping and you want to, but at least give it the effort and just keep pushing. And so, man, I love it. Hey, I'm gonna ask one more question because I know Coach T has had a long day and we got to come back over here. He'll be coming to Bremerton, so I'm excited to have him. And I know my kids, we're all looking forward to having them over here. So before we go, okay, this will be the last one. what advice or what would he um, like the I guess you would say I would say share with the world, right? So he has a platform. He's leaving his mark on the game and on the honestly on both countries because he has this relationship in Japan as well. What is what advice could he give coaches and players just in the game itself, right? And so that's what I'm thinking is what impression that he would like to leave on the game and what advice that he would give us.
まあ、明日も早いんで、今日これが最後の質問ねって言ってたんですけど、まあ、その、ゲームとか、ゲームの中でコーチたち、まあ、今、西田さん2つの両方にプラットフォームを持っていて、そのいろんなことのこういう交流をしている中で、その世界にコーチとプレイヤーにアドバイスというか、そのどういうことを伝えたいか、どういうふうにゲームに何を残すべきか、どう思いますか？
まあ、多分、アシュエコーチと一緒だと思うんですけど、僕の目的は、まあ、ピースオブワールドっていうか、もう平和っていうものに向かって何をするかっていうのが、まあ、一つの目的で、なので、国際交流をしていくっていうのは、やっぱりこう、一緒にぶつかって汗を流すことで、言葉を超えて、まあ、歴史とか民族とか、国を超えて友達になっていく。そういう機会をバスケットでどんどんどんどん、広げていくことが、僕らの役割じゃないか、使命じゃないかなと思ってて、日本は特に日本語という言葉で喋って、英語を喋れる人が少ないので、やっぱり他の国の人たちと付き合おうという意識を持つのがすごく難しい。でもバスケットは世界共通のルールがあるから、バスケットをやろうって言えば、すぐこうやって集まることができる。それは他のスポーツも一緒で。まあ、そういうのをシアトルだったり、日本だったりで、こう世界からバスケットをコネクターにして集まって、やっぱりこう、なんか仲間になっていくというような、友達になっていくというような環境を作ることを目標に進めていきたいなと思っています。
So, I think it's same as Coach Asher, but my point is like peace of the world, like bring the peace to the world. So through the basketball, just competitive and getting sweat and then trying to win and have an enjoy. Like it can be over like country having fun because it's the same. Like even the Japanese people can't speak. A lot of people can't speak English. They only speak Japanese. But the basketball is the same language. Like basketball is one of the language they can be having a relationship with. Not, but not only the basketball, but the sports is that thing that's what the greatest like what bring the relationship in the world and people can share the moment. And I think that's the role of me doing this camp and through this, just having fun and uh, see the world, each other, and share the moment together on the court through the basketball. This is what I think it's the thing to do for the peace of the world.
I, I have to agree. I definitely have to agree. Like I said, I've been fortunate enough to have been to China, Japan, and Lithuania, and all of these different countries. I can keep going and on. And it was through the game of basketball, right? God has allowed me to use basketball to go visit and build relationships. It's not just play the game. So this is I consider Coach T a friend, right? And that was part of the world peace. Basketball allowed us to come together and to work over a decade and bring generations together and play and continue to build. And once again, I have coaches I can call in Russia and different countries that I played against or coached against. that we've stayed in contact. So it is a valuable tool that has allowed us to create the world peace. And that's one thing I love about our relationship and our games, that we have continued to set that stage. And there have been, I just continue to say generations, because I have coaches or players who have played in some of the games before. They're now, out of high school and on to college, and now I have the next generation coming up, and we're still playing against each other, and it's building that relationship. And so I would have to definitely agree. And once again, I thank Coach T for the opportunity to build this platform with him. And, I'm going to let him get some sleep, because tomorrow we're going to get to hang out again in Bremerton. And so my kids are, like I said, we're all excited to have you all back in our town again. And of course, we're excited, and we're just waiting for us to make that trip to Japan. So we're going to be preparing and getting ready for myself and the kids to come over and continue to build a relationship. So I'm ready to close out. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to listen to as I say, tap in. And please, if you missed the live, go back, replay it, share it. I think this is great information, and it helps the vision. Everybody hear me, my hashtag is bigger than basketball. Here is an interview that y'all get to see, and we have been doing this for a decade or so. That it is really bigger than basketball, but basketball has been the tool that God has allowed us to come together to create this. And so, thank y'all for tapping into live and unscript on Street Baller Pro. And I want to say, Coach T, thank you for taking the time to share your vision. And I look
ありが
forward
と
to
うございま
seeing
す。
you tomorrow. And our interpreter, actually, you played on the Admiral Rec team, right?
Yeah, I do.
See how we're just a big family, right? So it comes across where, hey, whatever they need, they contact me. Rec team, pro team, college, and that's the same thing. If we can help each other, that's really what we do. And actually, he goes to OC. That's another thing. Alumni, right? I'm an OC alumni, so it just shows the relationship as well. So, hey, I want to thank you both for taking the time to jump on with me, and I look forward to seeing you both tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
you.
thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Yes. Yeah, that's first time. First step.
All right.